Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. Today is November 23rd. I'm picking up where I left off, working on making assertions on whether or not our Save As dialog is showing up. Just as a reminder, if we run our application, we have this Save As menu option now, and when we click that, we want a Save Dialog to come up, and it's not. So I've been doing a whole lot of work trying to get that to work, or get that tested. It's actually fairly easy to program. Getting it to tested is the pain in the neck. And we're finally there. We've got some, I think, some pretty awesome code. This new assertion that we wrote called assert eventually true, which allows us to assert asynchronously or on an asynchronous method, which I actually might want to genericize a bit more in the future. But for now, I'm happy with it just being right here. So now that all that's working, I can get rid of this spike code, and let's remember to delete that commented out code. We can turn on Fred, the Ninja Zombie accountant, and actually make this work. So it should, let's do it bit by bit. First, we want the Save As dialog to be created. We're going to do the click. Save As isn't doing anything yet, so this should fail. Save As dialog should be created within 1,000 milliseconds, but it's not. Now we create the dialog, and test passes. Fred's happy. Then we assert that the Save As dialog should be visible. And it's not. So then we make it visible. And that should pass. Oh, that's so awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, there are definitely flaws here. The biggest one is that the code's not cleaning up after itself properly. I don't know why. I don't feel like dealing with it. Again, if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. So now we should be able to run this manually and see when we click Save As, the Save As dialog appears. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Okay. Now what? Well, I'm just so thrilled about this. I honestly did not think we'd be able to test that this dialog was appearing properly. So now what? That is the big question. Let's take a second look at this code, make sure it's as clean as we'd like it to be. One thing we could be doing is doing one assertion rather than two, but I kind of like having the two messages. It's a little bit wordy, but that's Java's fault. There's not much we can do about that. Yeah, we can delete this commented out code. And let's go ahead and look at our tasks. Do we have anything else to do? No, nothing there. Do we have anything else to do here? Oops, wrong README. We have to deal with opening the same file twice. We're working, yeah. This is looking pretty good. So now I guess what we need to do is make this Save As do something. Right now, if I save as, delete me, I'm pretty sure nothing happens. Now let's pop that back up. Yeah, the delete me file isn't in here, and nor would I expect it to be. So now we have to deal with this canceling the save dialog and actually saving in the save dialog. So now this is easier than what we've done up until now, because what we've done up until now is actually making sure that this dialog existed. We don't need to test that the cancel button works. we can assume that the file dialog works the way it says it will. Specifically, when that cancel button is pressed, presumably some sort of event is called or a method is sent or a method is called or something like that. We can assume that works. So we just need to test that the code does what we want when after that method is sent, which is all going to be our responsibility. So let's take a look at what happens when we save. I'm going to go ahead and pause for the video for a moment, look into this, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. I figured out how this works. It's and I updated my spike. It's pretty straightforward. What happens is when you bring up that dialog, it is modal. If you hit cancel, after you're done, just check to see what file it gave you. If that's null, the cancel button was pushed. If it's not null, then it will give you the name. The do you want to override is something that's built into the Mac. So that's how we do that. But as I was investigating that, I discovered that there was a few more things I needed to put into my test to get the application frame, the real save dialog, to work properly. We go back to our save dialog. Oh, it does say save as. That's interesting. And it is a save. We just need to be asserting on these things. I think I just went in. Yeah, I just did it. But if I didn't, I don't have any tests asserting that I'm doing that. It would still work, but I don't know how it behaved. It behaved strangely. So now, yeah, there's no title. Now it says open. So what I want to do is I want to assert that it's got the right settings. Now, I don't think I need to use the assert eventually true, because at this point, after the dialog's been created and is visible, I can assume that it's created and visible, and now I can just do some more assertions on it. So I'm going to assert that save as dialog title should be save as. Is that the Mac way of doing things? Bring up my old text editor. Well, the Mac way of doing things is to not have a title, have it pop down like that. Save as. Yeah, I'm going to just do without the dot, save as. And then we can say dialog.get or save as dialog.get title. Yeah. So that should fail. It should say expected save as was empty or null. Yep. And now we'll add that. Okay. And next we want to assert that as dialog it should be save, not load. Should be a save dialog. Specifically, I think that's get mode. Save as dialog mode. Let's go ahead and run that. That should fail. Because it's load, it'll give me some sort of number back, I think. Yeah, it should be save. Oh, right. Should be save. Yeah, expected 1, but was 0. And now we can go into here and say, give me a file dialog dot save. There. That should all pass. Now let's do another manual check of this. Look at it carefully, make sure everything's the way we want it. When we do our keystroke, we do get a save as dialog. It says save as here, it says save here, and it works the way it's supposed to. There is something funky about this I'm noticing, and that is the first time you click something, it doesn't give you the proper extension. I think that's a bug in Java, and I'm going to accept that as a known unfixable problem. So other than that, though, it's all working. And then to actually do something with the results requires that I look at the file result that comes back and do something with it. So I think that's what's going to happen next. Since the cancel button, we just don't want it to do anything, I think the next thing we're going to do is do save as, or the save button, and when the save button is pushed, we want a file to be created. So I think that's what we'll pick up next time, is we'll actually create a file. I have no idea how we're going to do that. That's what we'll have to figure out next time. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you next time.